together. So I use that. The other thing I use is this. It's just a nylon cutting board. Buy them in Kmart or Coles, whatever, a few dollars, and I cut them up to pieces that size. When I graft in New South Wales at the farm, I graft in the field. So you can imagine you go up to a tree in the field. A lot of people get their knife and cut like that. They just pull back towards themselves. But you can, if your blade varies this fraction, you get a different shape in your cut. And then you've got to try to match the top to it. It's not easy. By doing it this way, I can put it in behind that and just nearly cut. And it's solid. It cuts straight and I get a perfect cut every time. But this one is going to be a flat cut. It's going to be an easy one. Always take your leads off, even when you're going to chuck the top away. Leads are just pipe connectors, PVC pipe connectors. I buy these in Thailand. I think I pay something like 50 cents, 60 cents for them. I've got several there. I'll throw around the audience when I finish doing this. So what you do, when you graft, you want to match up the rootstock to the scion as close as possible. That's your scion, the top bit's a scion. So what you do is you look at the piece, you get your scion, and you run it down, and that's going to be down there. So I know that, I'll just hit that, and I've got a bit of white sap, so I know that's the height I want to cut it at. All you do is slide this over the top, come down, that's there, that's it. That's solid plastic, so you're getting a dead flat cut. And you do it fast as you can. If you do it slow, you tend to jiggle it. If you push it fast, it goes, and it's got to be sharp to do that. So you do that, then, oh no, that's there. I'm going to come up here. I'll push my Jack's Purple down through there. Again, you cut. And there it is there. Matches up, you know that's right. Take your leaves off. Pins, you need 4 pins. Now, I'll leave the exit, it's easy for me to do it this once it's slow. All you do is you sit that on there, and if the camera's in, you'll see how good a match that is. Can you see that? That's sap flow, but it's dead flush. That's the sap coming out the sides. You hold either side, so you feel it around, you know that the cut's really good. I can't even see it from this side. That's how good it is. You get the pin and you push it through on an angle. Like that. There. Spin it around. And directly opposite that, put in another one. There's the cut. You're roughly 10 mil up from the cut. Push it in on an angle again. You want to go in like that. You don't want to go in steep because it'll come out. Look, so that's holding that. Then what you do is you come up from underneath. So you're in there and you push up there like that. Spin it around the other side. There. And you come up there like that. And there's your graft. You can see that's holding and moves. You do your wrap. You know, there's heaps of different tapes you can get. You get the 1/2 inch tape, that one. You get these ones, it's like Glad wrap. This is the latest one that's currently seen on eBay, like that stuff coming out of China. I think that one's pretty cheap actually. Now what you get down, once you get to this stage, you just come around and you're just covering that seal, the joint itself, like that. If you want to, you can go up and down on that. Okay, so that's it. You seal that up. Rubber band. And the rubber band is you're going over that, and you go down, up, over, and down like that. And the rubber band actually compresses it, pulls it all together. So the pins are there holding it, the rubber band's compressing it, and the tape's sealing it, and that's it.
Spin for the cameras.
That's.
So the pins stay in there?
Yeah, you can pull the pins out later if you want to. That's all, you leave it like that. That's graft. Now that is Jack's Purple. You can see how simple it is. It's not a hard graft to do.
Dennis, the pins, would that need to be, you know, like some people say that surgery needs to be sterilised or anything like that?
Oh, look, like, just making pins.
Yeah. So
You buy them, you just pull them straight out and use them. I mean, if you want to, you can, if you really worry about it, you can hit them up with some, alcohol rub or whatever to nuke, but because they're in that, they're clean.
Yeah.
So it's pretty right. Now, oh, so that's an easy graft. Who wants to have it? Who wants to? Anyone want to have it? There, over the back there. Who else? Here you go. Over the back. Way out the back. There you go.
You didn't hit anyone this time.
No, this morning I hit. So I seemed to bounce around a bit this morning. It's fun. Okay, that's a simple graft. It's easy to do. I don't mind doing it. I don't do a lot of it, but if I want to hide the scarring, I do. It hides the scar very well if you do it right. Now the next one I'm going to do. Ooh, looking. Oh. No, I won't do this bit. I'll do this one. I'll do a triple graft. I'll use got a sort of like a white shell, Bowen yellow, and what's that one? Metapony. I'll graft those on the list. These are great. Nita. Where are you, Nita? She's not here. You can see all the ones here. Yes, I heard that. You can see the Touchwood Nursery. Ben is now doing triple grafts, so you can go through those, see the colours you want, go to Nita and say, Nita, I want one with 3 grafts on it, and she'll organise it. So you select the colours and Nita can organise the grafts. I just thought I'd say that. Okay, you're going to graft, you cut your leaves off. I matched the wood up earlier to these. You've got to match up so you're pretty close to it all. Those are the 3 there. That's from the earlier one. I'll do the shortest one first. White shell. Now, the slant graft is probably the easiest of the lot to do. It's really basic, really straightforward, really easy. Again, you're looking at the wood. I don't want to go too low, so I'll come up here. Just take that off. You want to use secateurs and just cut it off. Then I'll match that up, the diameter up on that. There. I won't cut straight out. Okay, so that's pretty close. There's a bit of difference in it, not much. Turn it around, it's going to go that way. Now, all I do is this. I get this in behind it, so I can put pressure on it. I get my angle. You want a fairly steep angle. Now you can see you've got that much wood to join. So that's where your join's going to be. Then I get this piece, and then I'll just take those leaves off because I don't want them on there. And I'll keep that there. I want to see when the angle is on that, see how much I've got. So right, I want that. I want that there. Okay. I look at that and I go, see how close that is. You don't worry about it. If it's fractionally out, you don't care. Okay, that matches up there. That's close enough there. Now, what you can do, you want to treat zip ties. A lot of people get nervous because I don't want to wrap it straight. They think, oh, if I do this, it's going to move. What you do is you put your zip on, close it down a bit, slip that piece up there, over the top of that, line it up, make sure. I like to match that top one. As long as that top one there is good, it doesn't matter if the bottom one's fractionally out. Okay, so there you go. That's on. Now, you get your tape. You go up. You want to go at least 1 or 2 runs above the top cut. You go over that, you come down a couple of rungs below the bottom cut, back up. The more you wrap this one around, this is the one I get from New Zealand, the more you wrap it around, the tougher it is, or most of them are the same. And it's also antibacterial, and that's it. That's your graft, that's all it is. You can see how simple it is. It's not something you've got to stress about. Yeah? Most people bugger it up because they sit and go, oh, feel a panic. And just don't worry about it. If you want to practice, these are common wipes. Go home, you've got a wipe under the pot, cut the top off or cut the angle on it and practice putting it back on and wrapping it. That's all you've got to do. And once you can do that, then you sit there and it will give you the confidence to keep going. Then you can put colours on and change it around. Okay, so that one is white shell. So we come in, let me just put that there. This one goes in the raffle after this. All of them, all the ones I do go into a raffle. I've got more Jack's purple here. Okay, so the next one, again we come in. Which of these two is it? Doody. That's a fat. Oh, that's a skinny, that one's that one. Okay. That means this one is this one. This one we come in, I'll just cut this one straight off, down on the angle. There. Cutting onto the board, it's all done. I don't have to worry about it. Well, actually I want that back here, I do have to worry about it because I want to match that cut. I'll take this off. And you don't have to rush it. It's not a matter of doing it real quick. And other people like to get the wipes and wipe it with. I don't worry about it. To me, it's a bit crazy. I mean, plants aren't used to having chemicals put on them. So you rub it with an alcohol rub or sterilise with it, rubbing alcohol. The plants, to me, it's a chemical going onto a plant, and you should never put a chemical directly onto a plant. Okay, so I'm looking at that there. I want to come down. That's good. There. I want the branches to keep roughly the same. That's a bit long. Okay. There's the second one. Now, if you don't want to do put a zip tie on. Get that on, and bring it up, don't fumble it. Go around a couple of times, let go. Make sure that's lined up, and that's lined up. I like the outer mate. Now, I've gone up and down, now I'll stretch it out, so I'm putting it's putting more pressure on the join. I'm trying to compact that join down so it holds them tightly together. The tighter it is together, the less expansion you're going to have as it grows. 2 weeks is all it takes for these to take, so 2 weeks after you've done it, you know if it's taken or not. Come back down. Okay, that's number 2 done. You can see how simple it is. It's not hard.
2 weeks after you take the tape off, do you?
Well, some people take tape off, I leave it on. I only take the tape off, I see condensation under it.
And let it rot itself off, do you? Just let it fall off itself?
Yeah, it'll stretch. The tape will keep stretching. And this stuff will eventually start to let go anyway. And as it lets go, if it lets go and your joint's taken, take it off. Now look, that's 2. That's 2 done. Oh, we come into the last one. Okay, so that was, what was that? Oh, white shell. So we've got white shell and we've got Madame Pony on there. Now, the last one is that one. Oh, it fell off. Okay. Again, just come in, line it up. Where are we going? I want that height. There. Again, behind it. Now you can see on that, you can see those holes. Can you see the holes in that? Yep. When I first started doing this, I had screws that long, another one there, and I used to cut on that angle. So I put those two against that, and then cut from there down there, and it gave me a really good steep angle. But when you're doing it all the time, you don't need it. You're so used to doing it, it's just a natural thing to do. So go up. And take the angle off. That's it. Do. Okay, that one's a fraction, is it? Or not? Oh, might be good. That's the bottom. No, that's a fraction. Okay. And don't be worried if you're going to cut it. Don't be worried if you don't get the right cut first up. Oh. No, I'll leave that. That's good enough. Now, when you're grafting, the other thing you'll look at is if it's in a pot, don't water it for 3 days before you graft. If you're watering constantly, you get a lot of sap flow. You can see on these, there's not a lot of sap flow on them. That's what you want. That's much better for the plant. Which one will I use? Yeah, I'll try this one again. This was a pain this morning, but I'll do it again. So you don't water 3 days before, and you don't water for 3 to 4 days after. Put it on. Now, with this centre tape, you go around once, down the row, in the centre, and you can let go. The tape's holding itself on. The tape's holding that on. Eh? Then what you do is you get your fingers and you just position it so that it's where you want it. You've got it sitting where you want it. Then you come up, go over that top cut, then come back down. Like that. Go around there, pull those two out, get your fingers up, stretch it a bit more, it's a bit short, stick them to the sap on my fingers and making it. Oh. This one doesn't stick to itself, so you've got to tie it off in a knot. And that's it. And that's the last one. That's your bow and yellow. That's it. That's a triple graft. 3 colours.
If you have, you know how you take your leaves off? If you had an inflow on the tips, would you leave it?
Yeah, I know. With a graft you can, because it's going to push, but it takes a while to get there. It's hit and miss. But see, that's a balance. That's a nicely balanced piece, that. That one's ready to go. That'll be up for a raffle with that one soon. Now, I've got to do. Is that me, Jackson? Where'd that one go here? This is going to be a V-graft. This is going to be Jack's purple and pure passion. I like the slant graft's good with the thicker ones. V-graft is good with the thinner ones, but you can do the slant on all. It doesn't matter. Again, these were matched up earlier, and I know that that's going to go in there. I know that that's going to go in there. Now, because they're going to be V-grafts, taking the tops off. Like that. Put them back in.
Are you grafting onto all white?
Yeah, these are white. Yeah, whites.
All of it? Nice strong rootstock.
Whites are excellent, strong rootstock. Those two there. Okay, yeah, put that to that. Hey, that's pretty close. You do the same with the jacks. Bit of variation on that, so I'll cut that down a bit lower. So that's down there. V-grafts. When I do a V, some people like to start from the very outside, right? So you start from here and cut in on a V, and some people like to come in for a shallower one. But it depends on which one you're cutting. I know what I'm doing here, so what I'm doing is I'm coming in, so I'm just on the edge of the cambion, and I do as steep a cut as possible. So I come down, this is fairly tough wood, into there, so that looks good. Then out here, then cut down into there. There's my piece, there's your V. Then what I do is I get this one, look at that, yeah, well, there to there, yeah, on the edges. Cut that. No, that's got to be a steeper cut. Let's come back. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, about that. I want to get this pretty close. But you don't have to panic. You don't. If your cuts don't match up, so that's matched up now. If they don't match up the first time, just recut. It's nothing you panic about it. Hey, and that's slightly deeper down. No, you don't. It's something you just don't panic about. Honestly, it's fun. It's really good fun. So, and you'll always find that it'll sit better one way than the other way. So that's the way that one sits best. Now, because there's a bit of variation in the width of these, diameter, you're lined up on one side only. Okay, and what you also do is you see how deep it goes, and that one there is just a fraction over the top, so all I'll do is just come here and take a little bit of that off. So then it sits in and it's better on it. And that's your graft. And again, you get your tape. Now, what I do is I do what I call a stirrup. It's a tie thing. In America, they just do what I'm doing now. They wrap around like this, and that's how they finish it. And they say, oh, that's it finished. But I don't believe in that. I picked it up in Thailand. What I do is I get around there, and I put the finger and thumb in it, thumb's a bit better, and you pull it down. Go up over the top, over that, pull that down, like that, and go around there again. No. I'll show you the reason why in a sec. Okay, so that's done. Now, the reason I do that is that, look, that's a V-graft. If I just got around that and went like that, the whole thing would fall apart. By going over the top and doing a stirrup on it, I'm locking that top, I'm locking the scion into the rootstock. Now, normally what you do if you had leaves growing on the top piece is you trim the leaves off, they'll be out here. So you trim the tips of the leaves off and leave the stems, and you go up over one stem, wrap, up over the other stem and wrap. And then what happens is after 3 or 4 days, these pieces just drop off and the stirrups just fall out to the side. With this, all you do, after a week, just nick it, and that come out, it doesn't matter because it's all sealed up underneath. It's easy, it must make it so simple. So that's Jack's purple. Again. This is the graft they prefer in Thailand. It's quick. You get the good grafters in Thailand, they can do one of these a minute. So you're looking at doing between 50 and 60 every hour. So quick, I can sit, when I'm not mucking around, when I'm serious about grafting, I'll throw out about 40 an hour. Yes?
You've got a big tray.
Yeah.
And it's multi-tipped.
Yeah.
How many grafts would you do it?
We've got one at the farm. We call it Jimi Hendrix. It's got over 100.
But did you do them all like in one sitting?
No, we just done them as we come along.
A rest?
What happened at the farm is we've got 6,000 trees. So, you've got 6,000 trees, you're going through, kangaroos would go through, the wallabies would go through, the quokkies would land on them and snap a branch, carve up the tree, cut, graft, put it on. So we just started grafting all the different ones that are broken down in the farm. And now it's just huge. It's fun. Okay, so we come around the other side. And I'll do this one. There we are.
Do some varieties grow quicker than others?
Oh, yeah.
No matter what you graft on, that's what I'm saying. You
Uh,
have to choose.
rootstock. Oh, so that's pretty good.
No, no.
The rootstock's important. Whites and pinks are your best rootstock. I have a lot of trouble in Thailand. I get my seedling rootstock from a mob in Bangkok. They're top grafters. They're absolutely phenomenal grafters. Now, when I go and buy me rootstock, they just plant every seed that they get on their trees. So whites, reds, pinks, yellows, whatever. But I found that the darker stuff and the red pods and the darker leaves, like when you get dark leaves, don't graft well. I've had a lot of them fail purely because it's just a different sort of rootstock. White and pink, yellow are all good.
But I mean, your actual piece you're grafting on, does that matter? Or is it only the rootstock that matters?
Oh, no. You can graft anything to anything. There's no limit. What we do at the farm, I've been touched with nurseries on it as well, is you get a standard, or what we call, a standard. We get one variety will grow very long, very tall, and then you graft, you cut it and you graft, or if you've got, especially if you get 3 branches on it, you graft a dwarf series to it. You graft a dwarf, you end up with the standard with the little dwarf on top. Absolutely brilliant. The rootstock has nothing to do with the growth. Scion and rootstock are 2 different things. The rootstock will not affect the scion. So the scion dictates what the plant will do, not the rootstock.
What about your deciduous?
Doesn't matter.
Dennis, when you're talking about like the whites, do you mean, when they talk about the 2 main varieties, that's Actinofolia and the rubras, is that what you mean when you say the red varieties?
Yeah, well, they're all rubras.
Yeah.
So, the red rubras. Red rubras, it's just, they don't make good rootstock. But if you try to root up red, it's one of the hardest colours to root up. It's grafting. You've got to graft it.
I would just say, like, I have massive root trees and I play, don't I? I've got bag rooting, I've got water rooting, and the best way for me to root reds is water root.
Yeah. Oh, reds are a pain.
In perlite, because everything else it takes forever
Yeah.
to get them, even the conditions. So by playing, I found that doing them a bit like hydroponically has how I get the better root. I get them to root up really quick.
You get certain varieties don't like to be grafted. Golden Eye, everyone's seen Golden Eye on Facebook. It's the one one developed for my wife. It's an absolutely stunning flower. I've lost maybe 30 to 40 pieces I've tried to root up. And I mean, I've lost pieces this big with multiple tips on it. They just rot. Graft them, they're fine. Try to root them up, they collapse.
I find Irma the same, like I probably I put 30 down a week easily. And unless I water them, unless I add them in water, they're not rooting up as good as they used to.
Dennis, how would you know which graft is for which plant to use, or which
Try it.
is use which graft?
Oh, you mean as rootstock or as a tip?
That's the tip. So how would
Yeah, just pick out whatever colour you want. I mean, you pick out your colours.
No, I meant the type of graft that you're doing. So I got a plant, and how would I know which?
Whichever one you feel comfortable with.
Oh, okay.
It's just totally a matter of feeling comfortable with it. You feel comfortable with it, use it. Okay, here's the other thing. This is the stuff from eBay. You see this on it? It's cheap to buy. Stretches, not as stretchy as that other one I had. Oh, now I'm going to stand up. So it's up and down like this. It's good when I have it at the same height, it makes it a lot easier. Again, I go up and down, and then I pull it and start tightening it off. So I pack that graft. There it is. That's good. Down again.
Dennis, what about the evergreens, you know, Singapore white obtusas? Are they as bad as they are as to
It's ugly wood.
cuttings?
Obtuse is a really ugly wood.
Yeah.
It is. It's a really ugly wood on obtusa. I prefer to use rubra right through.
Yeah.
You can graft anything to rubra. You can graft puddinga to rubra. You can graft evergreen to rubra.
Oh, so you could put an
Oh yeah, there's no limit on it. You can even go back the other way.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another one. Jack's purple, pure passion.
You can go over the top of that one.
No, I didn't. I just started straight. Right? I'd shake it, but I don't want to. But I wanted to show you that this is how you can go straight. You can do them whichever way suits you. So that's 2. That's 3 actually. I've got lots to do here. Oh, Musk Rainbow. Oh. George Brown. George Brown's the original name. George Brown was the curator at the Darwin. Yeah, so he that came in. It was named after him. That's a fat bugger. Now, this one's got swollen. Oh yeah, it has to. I'll use this one in a second. I'll match that up. There. I'll cut it off. I want the bottom. I'll put that there because I want to use that. Now, so what graft do you want me to do? Slant, V, slant, not slant graft? Okay. On that one, it's got a backward lean. No, I don't want to. You look at the plant and work out which way you're going to graft. And this one's leaning backwards, so I want to graft so the face of it's on the face of the slant. Again, no, I'm not happy with that. Hey, don't worry about it. Come down steeper. There. Okay, so I'm on that.
With a straight one like that,
Yeah.
how would you make it branch out?
Or branch when it flowers. When it pushes an inflow, they branch. You can't really force them. You can't force a plant to
So
grow.
once you put the graft on there, the graft itself will branch out. Yeah.
You listen like that. I look at it, you look at the angles and everything, and you work out which way you want to put the graft on so that it looks best. On this one, I like that. Now I come in like that. That's it up. Matches down there. There. Now, actually, what I'll do a triple zip. We do the zips at the farm purely because of cockatoos. That's what started doing them. The cockatoos that hit them, or the wallabies that go through and smack them. So you put that on. I'll put the first one midway. Make sure that's sitting where I want it. Okay. Now, when you graft too, if they are different diameters, as long as just one part of it, as long as they match from one side, you're right. I've had V grafts that have had holes. You know, you can see straight through the bottom of the V, but it's growing. The top's growing. Two. Three. There. Okay, now when we do these at the farm, again I like to use the thinner tape because I don't want it to sweat too much. We graft in spring because you get in the summer and what happens is you'll get the sun hitting it, and when the sun hits it, it actually creates condensation underneath the tape. So I just come up like that with this one and I go through each joint. See that? It goes around them. I go up to the top above it and pull it in. That's tight. Then I come back down. There. No, take that out. There. And then around there. Turn that around so you can see it. Then I stretch that tape out again and I just tie it off. Now, what you can do is you can cut the zips off so they're short if you want, or you can leave them like that. You leave them like that, if it shrinks down at all, you just put your fingers in like that and tighten it up. And that's another graft done. Simple. It's not hard. Yes.
With those plastic zip ties,
Yeah.
how long can they stay on there before it starts to ease off pushing?
What'll happen is you'll see it's starting to bulge around either side of the zip tie. If it starts to bulge, chop them off. And when you cut them off, it's a white one because it's easy for you to see. When you cut them off, no, that's too big. Okay, there. When you cut them off, okay, it's on the tree like that. When you cut them off, you can either use side cutters or you use the secateurs, and you come up and you cut at the knuckle. A lot of people try to cut the band. You don't. You have to cut through the knuckle and it'll fall apart. Okay, another one. See? They're simple. No, it's not. I mean, anyone can do it. Yes.
Oh, I've got some ones at home in pots, and they're about 1.5 meters. Can you graft that tall, or do they have to be small?
No, you